Namo Narayan, lovely community. Aradhana here for the weekend, Thanksgiving weekend in Canada, of October 7th and 8th. Moon today, Luna, our dear Luna, is in Cancer. There was the square yesterday with the sun. So as we near the new moon in Libra, which is a solar eclipse, coming into eclipse season, Luna will shift into Leo, fire sign, this evening. Now, this weekend's got some sweetness and some crunchy bits, but the crunchy bits are always the magical bits because they're always our opportunity to do something different. It's the gift that we're given when the thoughts or the reflections of our thoughts or the reflections of our inner world being portrayed in our reality, the outer world, when they show up again and they give us the opportunity to repeat or to do something different. So they always feel a bit crunchy because it's that piece of tension. And like anything, when there's tension, it's going to feel potentially contractive. Think of like loading a spring or loading your muscles. Like to grow your muscles, you need to put tension on them. You need to load a spring, you need to put tension on it for it to have the biggest expansion, the biggest pop. We don't want to pop, but you know what I mean. To be the biggest that a spring could be. So Luna, dear Luna, today is going to meet up with Mars in a square and in an opposition to Pluto. And Pluto is about transformation, life, birth, rebirth, no compromise. It's like we're changing, things are shifting. We're not just changing, we're like the transformation. Think butterfly, like caterpillar, goo, then butterfly. There's no going back. And then Mars, who is the action in our lives. It's the warrior spirit. It's the bravery and courageousness, which is a fire planet. Both Pluto and Mars, traditionally Mars, currently Pluto, rule the sign of Scorpio. And Scorpio is where the eclipses were last year. Side note, but Scorpio is about the depth and the deep emotions and the like really digging things up to find the gold, essentially. Now, they're both at the end of their sign. So Pluto is at the end of Capricorn, which has been there for a while. We're shifting slowly, eventually later this year into Aquarius. But we're digging up the last little bit of Capricorn and our top-down hierarchical patterning as a collective. And Mars has moved through Libra. And Libra is about our one-on-one relationships. And that's where the South Node is. And that's where the solar eclipse will be at the new moon. And that is about relationships and one-on-one relationships. So the transformation, Pluto, Mars, action in transformation with our emotions in a very sensitive Cancer sign. So if things feel really like, ugh, today, it's okay. It's okay. It's part of it. So have a good cry if you need to. Laugh amongst friends and laugh till you cry. And then the beauty is in having the opportunity to see the things come up and choose different. Choose different. Choose a way to be nourished in yourself or to recognize the thoughts, the patterns, the things, and have the awareness to choose different. Now, they're at the end of the signs. They're meeting up with the moon today, that emotional inner part, and then the moon's going to shift into Leo, so that our emotions might get a little bit more fiery, zesty, less cryy, and more like, I don't want to say outbursty because it's not quite a word or the idea, but expressive, because Leo's ruled by the sun, and the sun is in Libra, where we're highlighting, looking at our one-on-one relationships. Now, tomorrow, Mars and Pluto will make a square. So again, squares are a little bit of tension, but our opportunity to choose different. And so depending on how they show up in your natal chart is going to be whether you may or may not even feel the crunchy bits. But Pluto's a collective planet, so we might see things in our world, in the world of transformation. We're seeing things. The other magical, interesting, exciting part of this weekend is Venus, who has been in Leo forever. So since June, she went forward, she retrograded throughout the summer, she moved back forward, and Venus represents love, beauty, harmony, arts, that which is important to you, your values. And Leo represents your way of expressing yourself, being bold, being the leader by just being your authentic self, and not trying to like dictate, but just doing your thing. And in that combination of Venus trudging through and coming back and moving forward again, and she's finally moving out to Virgo tomorrow, it's unraveling those pieces of love and how love looks in how you value yourself and how you see yourself and how you express yourself, and are you being your authentic self in your relationships. So Venus rules Libra as well as Taurus, but as she now shifts into Virgo, Virgo can have that kind of critical cross your T's and dot your I's. It's in the name of service, in the name of efficiency, in the name of well-being, in the name of health. And Virgo is opposite Pisces, and so when she embodies things, it's opposite. So it's like, rather than it being like this big like expressive, expanded, limitless, boundless, all one love, it's like, let's bring it into this reality, into this embodiment. So all of the work that's been going on with Venus in Leo and in that retrograde, and now she's shifting into Virgo, it's just like, we're just going to get a little bit more efficient in everything that we've learned. We're just going to like get a little bit more detailed, all in the name and the compassionate way of growing and really just like kind of not finalizing, that's not the right word, but just fine-tuning everything that you just learned. So lots of opportunity, lots of love, lots of thanks, lots of gratitude. It is Thanksgiving in Canada, and you can have it too if you're in the States, in America, because why not? Lots of love. Namo Narayan.